WordPress Google Forms is a great plugin if you want to embed your Google Forms into your WordPress site. It adapts the CSS of the existing site, and it solves a few other problems that we'll talk about in a moment. The first thing you should know is that your Google form must be made public. If you have a Google Apps for Education account that is privately shared, it's not going to work with this plugin. So let's take a look at what we need to do to get it working. This is what it looks like out of the box. You can see that it does match the CSS that I have existing, but the body font is a little bit off. You can go into the plugin later and adjust the CSS a little bit more if you want to, but this is what it looks like out of the box. So what do we need to do to get it looking like this? The first thing you need to do is go to your published Google form and copy the URL from the live form. Then we're going to go back into the dashboard and see what we need to do next. Here I've already downloaded WordPress Google Forms, so it's in my dashboard, and I'm going to go, and you would go to add new Google form. I already have a Google form listed here, so we'll go through this and take a look. The first thing that you notice is that there is a short code. So you can embed this short code into another page or post if you want to have other content ahead or behind it. You can also embed this into your sidebar or your footer. But let's take a look at the full form here. So the first thing that you do is copy and paste that URL. For the confirm URL, you're welcome to use a different page if you wanted to have after the students submit their results. If you wanted them to see what the other students have submitted, if you wanted to see the summary or a pie chart of the results, that you would put the URL here. I'm leaving the style for none. The other options here are redirect and Ajax. There's a couple other options that you can do, but I've left it pretty simple. And there's a couple options. You can turn on or off the Google legal disclaimer or set the form to read only. I'm going to keep the title off so that I just have the title listed once. You title your Google form all the way up here, and then you also have a title on the Google form. So you need to, I would recommend turning that off so you don't have it listed twice. These are a lot of other really great features that they have for the email submission, where it's going to be sent to, and the URL of the results. Here's where you can put your specific CSS classes if you wanted this particular form to appear different than the others. And we're going to go and update. So taking a look at this Google form, this is what it appears to be now. I also want to show you what it looks like if you were going to embed it into an existing form. And this way we can also see what it looks like compared to a normally embedded Google form. Here I've embedded the shortcode in a page as opposed to a post, and it's a full width, so we don't have the distractions of the sidebar here. This is the shortcode, and so far it looks pretty much the same as the page we were just looking at. I can also draw your attention to the fact that you can change the text in the buttons through this plugin so that it does not just say submit. And right here is the embedded Google form. Now this really highlights the main advantage of this plugin. On the desktop, I'm able to easily scroll through this form so that I can see all of the questions. But on a mobile touch device, you're not able to scroll through the form, and you're also not able to adjust the height of the form so that you can show the entire one. What people usually do is just send a link directly to the form, and that is very helpful, but then it takes students off your site. So if you really want to keep traffic on your site, this plugin is definitely the way to go.